The world of Formula One has seen its fair share of heated moments, but the rivalry between George Russell and Max Verstappen is quickly escalating to one of the sport's most intense. Following the Qatar GP penalty, both drivers have gone head-to-head with sharp comments, and it's clear that things are about to get even more fiery. With 2021 still fresh in the minds of Mercedes and their fans, the question remains, have they crossed the line by accusing Verstappen of actions that even seasoned drivers like Alonso have defended? And is this just a spark that's awakened a side of Verstappen we've never seen before? The tension between Russell and Verstappen reached new heights in Qatar when Verstappen was penalized for impeding Russell, who wasn't even on a fast lap. Russell didn't hold back either, criticizing Verstappen's actions and words, particularly the way he behaved in front of the stewards. As the Abu Dhabi GP looms, George had some strong words about his rival. It's ironic. The night before, he said he would purposefully crash into me and send me straight into the wall. Now, how can you question someone's integrity when you're saying things like that? For Russell, this isn't just about on-track rivalry. He's drawing the line at what he sees as unnecessary personal attacks. He believes that there's a limit to how far these feuds should go. But, in his eyes, Verstappen has crossed that limit, and it's becoming personal. He's not the only one with grievances, though Russell was quick to call out Verstappen's history of lashing out when things don't go his way. From incidents in Jeddah and Brazil 2021 to more recent moments in Hungary and Mexico, the pattern seems clear. When Verstappen faces adversity, he reacts. And for Russell, it's time someone stood up to him. Russell's frustration with Verstappen is palpable, and he's not hiding it. He didn't just stop at calling out Verstappen's behavior in Qatar. He went on to speak about what happened after the stewards' meeting. In an emotional reveal, George explained how Verstappen confronted him, accusing him of trying to sabotage him. Russell says Verstappen told him, "I don't know why you'd screw me over like this. I'm so disappointed in you. I was going to let you pass tomorrow, but now I'll make sure to take you out if I have to." For Russell, this was crossing the line, and his anger is understandable. He's been in F1 for over a decade and has always maintained a reputation for racing clean, without drama off the track. To him, this personal aggression from Verstappen felt like an attack on his character, not just his driving skills. This was about more than just a race. It was about respect. What makes this situation even more explosive is the context of the 2021 season. The controversial finale in Abu Dhabi still weighs heavily on Mercedes, especially after what happened with the former race director Michael Masi. Russell, in his own way, is bringing up that ghost. He feels that Verstappen's dominance in recent seasons has been unchecked, and that perhaps it's time someone put him in his place. He even went as far as to suggest that if the roles had been reversed in 2021, Masi would have been fearing for his life. For Russell, the way the championship ended left a bitter taste, and it's clear that this rivalry is not just about this season, it's a lingering legacy of 2021. As Russell continues to express his frustration, he doesn't shy away from discussing Verstappen's history of reckless behavior. He points to the moments when Verstappen's on-track actions have been controversial, like in Mexico and Budapest. Russell suggests that Verstappen's aggression on the track is a result of his dominant car, which has shielded him from the consequences of his actions in the past. According to George, Verstappen's been enabled by the lack of real challenges on track, and he's finally starting to face the consequences of his behavior now that things aren't as straightforward for him. For Russell, the FIA's response to Verstappen's past incidents might finally be shifting. He believes that the governing body is getting more serious about punishing reckless behavior, and that Verstappen's recent penalty in Qatar is a sign that things are changing. Still, Russell feels like the Dutch driver's outbursts are a symptom of something bigger, a lack of accountability, especially when it comes to his attitude outside of the car. This has only fueled the fire between them, as Verstappen continues to defend his actions while Russell becomes more vocal in his criticism. And just as tensions rise between the two drivers, the rivalry spills over into the team boss's territory. Christian Horner, Red Bull's team principal, weighed in on the situation, defending his driver. Horner believes that Verstappen's penalty was an overreaction, calling it more a result of Russell's emotional outburst than anything Verstappen did wrong. He even went so far as to accuse Russell of being hysterical during the stewards' meeting. For Horner, the situation is clear. Russell is making a bigger deal out of the penalty than it actually deserves. On the flip side, Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff didn't take kindly to Horner's remarks. He's fiercely protective of his drivers, especially when it comes to what he perceives as unjust criticism. Wolff made it clear that, when it comes to his driver's mental state, it's not for others to judge. "I will not let anyone comment on my driver's state of mind," Wolff said, emphasizing the need for more understanding and nuance in the way these situations are handled. It's clear that both teams are digging in their heels, and this feud is only going to intensify as we move into the future. As tensions continue to mount, Verstappen and Russell's rivalry shows no signs of easing up. Verstappen, known for his no-nonsense approach, didn't hold back in defending himself. He flatly denied Russell's claims, saying that the story was exaggerated. "I never said I would crash into him," Verstappen countered. "He's making it all up. He's twisting things to make himself look better." Verstappen also took aim at Russell's behavior during the stewards' meeting, calling it overly dramatic and unnecessary. He couldn't understand why Russell would make such a big deal out of something that, in his view, was a minor issue. "I wasn't even that aggressive with the stewards," Verstappen added with a smirk, clearly confident in his position. The animosity between the two drivers has now escalated to the point where it's no longer just a rivalry on the track, it's become a full-blown personal dispute. Verstappen, never one to back down, seems determined to make his stance clear. As far as he's concerned, Russell is overplaying his hand and making mountains out of molehills. And while George may have felt deeply disrespected, Verstappen's response shows just how little he's willing to back down or apologize for his actions. But the battle isn't just between the drivers. The team principals have also found themselves in the thick of it. While Horner dismisses Russell's accusations as mere emotional outbursts, Wolff is not about to let anyone undermine his driver's integrity. "It's one thing to criticize the driving, but it's another to question the character of my team," Wolff said. For him, this is more than just a disagreement between two drivers, it's a battle for respect, both on and off the track. The fact that Mercedes and Red Bull are now locked in this bitter war of words only makes things more intense. The way each team is handling the situation is a reflection of the larger battle for supremacy in F1. Mercedes, still licking their wounds from 2021, sees this as a way to get back at Red Bull and Verstappen. Meanwhile, Red Bull, with their dominant position in the sport, is doing everything they can to hold on to their power and protect their star driver. But as we all know in F1, things can turn around in the blink of an eye, and this rivalry is likely to take unexpected twists and turns. The tension between Russell and Verstappen is a powder keg, and it's clear that neither is ready to back down anytime soon. With both drivers standing their ground, it's hard to see where this will end up, but one thing is certain: the stakes are high. As the rivalry continues to unfold, both drivers are playing their roles perfectly, feeding off each other's words, and it's creating an environment that's ripe for drama. The 2021 season might have ended, but its impact is still being felt, especially at Mercedes, where the echoes of that controversial finale still reverberate. In fact, Mercedes seems to have taken the 2021 incident personally, and Russell's comments are a testament to that. He's not just defending himself, he's defending his entire team's honor, and he's clearly still carrying the weight of that season's injustice. When Russell references the 2021 finale, it's a reminder of how deep the scars run. For Mercedes, the battle was not just about the championship, it was about how they were treated in the wake of the decisions that led to Verstappen's title. Russell sees this as an opportunity to correct the wrongs of the past and, in his own way, stand up for the values that Mercedes represents. Verstappen, on the other hand, continues to shrug off the accusations, claiming that there's nothing to address. He believes that Russell is simply trying to get under his skin, but Verstappen's confidence is undeniable. With a dominating car and a mentality that sees no room for weakness, Verstappen's approach is to stay calm and not get dragged into unnecessary drama. But even for him, this constant back and forth with Russell could wear thin if it keeps escalating. And as the season moves forward, the team principals of both sides are making it clear that this rivalry is far from over. Toto Wolff and Christian Horner are well aware of how much this battle means to their teams, not just on the track but also off it. This isn't just a fight between two drivers, it's a fight between two powerful teams, each trying to assert their dominance in Formula One. The way both bosses have reacted to the situation shows just how much is at stake. For Mercedes, it's about redemption after a controversial 2021 season. For Red Bull, it's about keeping their crown and protecting their driver at all costs. As we head into the final stages of the season, this rivalry is shaping up to be one of the most heated F1 has ever seen. If both drivers continue to trade barbs and if the team bosses keep fueling the fire, it's hard to imagine this tension dying down anytime soon. The drama surrounding Russell and Verstappen could be the gift that keeps on giving for F1 fans, but for both teams, it's a battle for pride that will last long after the season ends. As we look ahead to the future of this rivalry, it's clear that this is just the beginning. The comments from both drivers and their team principals suggest that what we've seen so far is only a taste of what's to come. When the 2025 season rolls around, and the stakes are even higher, we can expect the animosity between George Russell and Max Verstappen to escalate even further. The current dynamic between them is already intense, but as both drivers get more comfortable in their respective teams, we might see even sharper clashes, not just on the track but in their words off it too. Russell, now firmly embedded at Mercedes, will be looking to prove that he's not just a support driver but a legitimate title contender in his own right. With the team fully behind him, his goal is clear: to challenge Verstappen's dominance and return the silver arrows to the top. But with Verstappen and Red Bull in such a strong position, it won't be easy. Max is not one to back down, and he has shown time and again that he thrives under pressure. He's going to make sure that Mercedes doesn't have it easy, and that means the rivalry is only going to grow more intense as each race passes. We'd love to hear what you think about all the comments and clashes between these two fierce competitors. Do you think this rivalry will keep growing, or will things cool down between them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to catch up on more of the latest F1 drama, make sure to check out our next video. You won't want to miss it.